This is a bit too much, Mom. It's not like we usually hurt her. This was the first thing we should have done. Otherwise, things would not have come to this point. But, Ma, keep quiet and see if she is coming. After a quick peek out of the kitchen, she came back up to her mother, panting. Mom, hurry up. That damn man is coming. You walked into the kitchen and saw your stepmother frantically throwing something up and your stepsister looking nervous. Do you need something, Mom? You ask because you don't usually see them in the kitchen. The kitchen is meant for everyone in the family, not just for you. I have nothing to fight with. Mom, if you need something to eat or drink, I'll get it. Yes, where is that bottle of cranberry juice? She opened the fridge and took the juice she asked for and gave it to her. If I hadn't searched for, you would have drunk all this juice. Taking the bottle from your hand, they both went out of the kitchen. You know their idle tantrums and behavior very well, so you didn't mind them. You took your packed lunchbox and got ready to go to school. Were you born in my world? Why are you so scared? Dad knows very well that no one else has as much enmity towards her as we do, and we will get caught. Don't worry, I have done everything in advance. She'll pass out after eating this food, and I'll get a phone call from school, and I'll come and take her to my friend's hospital. This will be written off as a sudden heart attack. If you don't tell anyone, this is how it will end. You should be the sole inheritor of all your father's properties. Now go to school. When you stepped into the class, the first thing your eyes searched for was that person who was always bothering you. Usually everyone looks for their friends, but your eyes for him. You took the water bottle and were drinking water. Suddenly someone came and hit your elbow and the water fell on your face and some on your dress. You wiped your face with your hanky and rolled your eyes before looking at him. Need some tissue to wipe? Shumble, that boy. Get nice. All girls are after him, but he finds special time just to tease you. But to be honest, this little time gives you so much pleasure even though he feels like he is teasing you. But for you, it's moments of peace. But you don't show it. In fact, I had no ill will to spill the warning. He said sitting next to you, taking the hanky from your hand and wiping your face. I can do it myself. You said taking it back from him. You know, Ryan, if this water had fallen on any other girl's face, their full makeup would have been washed away. But you're freaking natural, and that's what I like about you the most. Little did we know that it's worse than making your stomach a valley of butterflies. It would have been better if this focus had been on studies. Can you teach me? I promise to be a good student. Mr. John, I'll not invest my time in something that has no future benefit. So, how about I send you a greeting card every day saying thanks? We laughed inside, but you didn't show it and looked at him as if it was bothering you. To be honest, if it was someone with a sincere desire to learn, I would agree now. Is that so? If I see you teaching someone who is sincere, then I will show you. He puffed up his face and went out of the class. We smiled at his fading figure and started taking out the books from your bed and placing it in the drawer. I'm not coming to basketball practice today. My leg is slightly injured. That's not what I came for. I can't find a way out. Help me, do. Ryan is the case? He nodded with a sigh. If you like her, go, say it. And that's the only way. I don't think she has such feelings towards me. Even when I asked her to teach me, she refused. In her eyes, I am the biggest badass in the school. Of course, I can't blame her. However, I'm afraid that she will reject me. Have you ever felt that she hates you or avoids you when you go to talk to her? No, but if she allows you to be close to her, then understand that she has no enmity towards you. But you will get the answer only if you ask her if she has a feeling of love for you. So go ask her. Shanko point of view. After midday lunch, I went to class looking for her. She is one of the few who brings lunch from home, and she usually sits alone in the classroom during lunch break. So I went to the class thinking it would be a good chance to get her alone. As soon as I entered the class, I saw her leaning on the wall. I let out a deep breath and walked towards her. I calmly called her name as she didn't look back despite my closeness. Wine. She turned back to me, though not immediately. But she looked tired. Her eyes were also blinking continuously, and I felt like she couldn't see anything clearly. Are you all? Before I could finish, she fell unconscious on my chest, and I held her body with both my arms. At that moment, I couldn't decide what to do, so I called out the name that came to the tip of my tongue. Enzo. There is no one that I know of who's hostile enough to do such a cruel thing to her. Who are you to that girl? I, classmate doctor. Sometimes that girl has a life background that no one knows about. Anyway, now she's on her senses. Go ask her. I'll inform this to the police. I can't believe that I loved her so much. Seeing her condition, I couldn't hold back my tears. Walking towards her, I saw tears flowing down her eyes as well. She must have gone through a lot. Why? Her small eyes widened, probably because she hadn't heard my hoarse voice yet. Then a smile that has been hidden from me till now appeared on those lips, along with a word. Thank you. I let out a chuckle at what she was hiding behind that smile. Big salute for forgetting everything and smiling again. But she beat me there too with that same smile. If you see this as a chance to smile, go on. But don't feel bad if I ask you something. Did you do this on purpose? A question to be asked for sure. But as long as my dad's face in front of my eyes, I'll not make such a mistake. So that means someone did this at school? I'm going to hit everyone until I figure out who it is. As I started to walk out, she called me from behind. Even if you destroy the whole school, you won't be able to find the culprit. So stop there. I turned around and asked her, knowing what she meant. So you know who is behind this? No one would do this to me except my stepmother. I saw tears welling up in her eyes. I have not yet been able to realize what an unrelenting enmity they have towards me. When she opened up to me without even knowing, I slowly sat on the chair next to her and listened everything without saying a word or asking a question. She married my dad just for money, even ignoring the fact that he was a man with a child. I don't want anything. I just need my dad. I would have given them whatever she asked, but I never expected she. I should have suspected it when I saw them in the kitchen this morning. But I didn't have the sense to disbelieve her because I loved her as my mother. I'm probably willing to forgive this for my dad's sake because I really don't want to see him suffer. Next moment, I caged her in my arms and hugged her, and she cried out all those troubles that she had not yet cried out. Now I decided to hold her hand and walk into her house for the first time. Not in a peaceful way, anyway. Haven't seen her yet, and no culture in school. What's the meaning of all this? Would it be enough if I tell you? Hearing the unfamiliar voice she had never heard before, she moved towards the door and saw a boy standing there holding her hand, whose face was showing double the anger inside him. Oh, you have been hanging out with your boyfriend, right? He immediately let go of your hand and walked towards her angrily and slapped Noah hard on her cheek, who was standing beside her. What the hell you? Shut up. I slapped her only because I respect your age. I won't hesitate to give you one, so keep quiet. Who is this Ryan to raise his voice against us? Don't you dare raise your voice against her. You don't even deserve to speak a single word anymore. What a disgusting act have you done, lady. Don't forget you have a daughter too. When things were about to get out of hand, you grabbed his hand, making him stop. It is this attitude of yours that has given them the courage to poison your food today. What nonsense is this guy talk? Truth, not nonsense. Her eyes again traveled to the door and saw Mr. Kim accompanied by some policemen. What did you call it for? Are you so intelligent? If you're smart enough, you prove that what we saw through the CCTV is not true. He said, showing them the footage on his phone. I'll not allow you to reign in my house after harming my daughter. Prison is the right place for you. Take her. You stood there silently holding your breath, watching them being taken away by the police until you noticed a hand on your shoulder. I'm sorry, Ryan. I got a good backlash for neglecting my family. You gave your father that light smile you always had in reply. Holding you close, he walked to where Jungkook is standing. If you had not reached there in time, I might not have seen my daughter alive today. Thank you so much. I'm a little embarrassed to say this in front of him, but I can't help but say it anyway. I love her so much. I haven't had the guts to tell her this yet, but if I don't tell this now, I'll have to struggle with this. Tears caressed your lips that were white with joy. Her smile is enough to make me sure that she will be happy with you for the rest of her life. He shouted out loud as if the courage had come up in his veins. I love you, boy.